Hello, long time no speak. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to do a bit of a chatty life update whilst getting ready for uni, because I am due to go out very soon. So I'll take you back to half an hour ago, Laura, and I'll leave. So let's jump right on into this. Yes, so there has been a lot that's happened since I last filmed a video back in, honestly, like January or February was the last time I like properly sat down and filmed with you. Before you even notice, you'll have seen by the title, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you'll have seen over there, but actually since I last spoke to you, I got engaged. So this was start of April, so almost a month ago now. Yeah, me and my now fiance got engaged, which is really exciting. Yeah, we'd kind of been talking about it, talking with people from church, thinking about it for a while. We've been together 2.5 years now, so we've been through a lot. If you watched any of the vlogs last year, like from this time last year, you'll know kind of what was going on. If not, go and watch them. I'm not gonna sit and tell you our whole life story. You can go and watch because it's all online. Yeah, so we went for a walk in a place called Thursterston on the Wirral, which is quite close to my family home. So we went for a walk, got down on one knee. I'll put some other pictures on the screen of kind of just afterwards so you can see quite how excited I was. Although we'd, like, I knew it was coming at some point, I didn't quite know when. I had my suspicions, but yeah, so that's very exciting. We are now engaged to be married. We're in the process of looking at wedding venues. We're actually looking at another one this afternoon, but I'll do a whole separate video on venues and all sorts, because my gosh, there's a lot. But yeah, so that's the biggest like dramatic-ish change that's happened since I last saw you. I felt like I needed to come and give you an update with that. Also, on the day we got engaged, he planned a surprise party, so we went back to my parents' house straight afterwards. We went for lunch and then I went back to my parents' house, and yeah, then two of my best friends walked into the room and I was like, something's happening here. So yeah, he planned a surprise party, which was so lovely. No one's ever managed to surprise me before, because we kind of knew the engagement was happening. We've been ring shopping and stuff like that. We've been talking to people from church for like 6 months or so. I had my suspicions, but a surprise party, I hadn't even registered it. So yeah, that was lovely. We got to spend the afternoon with a load of my closest friends, people from my home church, but because of how my mum and dad had invited them, they just invited them around for coffee. They didn't know what they were coming for, so we then got to like surprise everyone that walked in the room, which was lovely. Yeah, it was a lovely little day. I'll again put some pictures up if I can. So yeah, that was nice. And then we celebrated another one of our friends' birthdays that evening, and so we had like a pizza night and then went and watched the sunset in Everton Park. So you'll see a load of these pictures come up on my Instagram in the next couple of weeks. But I've just been so busy since. I've barely done anything. Yeah, so that's exciting. We were in Northern Ireland last weekend celebrating with people over there, so like the rest of his family, friends, church people. So yeah, the celebrations have kind of like only just ended. So we've had like a month of celebrating the fact that we're engaged, which has been lovely. People have been so generous with like gifts and gift cards and like money to go and spend on things for our little home. So yeah, that's our next job once I've got my dissertation in. Speaking of, I am like 2 weeks out of finishing my dissertation. I also then have 3 assignments to do, but I'm hoping to have them done by the dissertation deadline as well. So 13th of May is dissertation deadline. My written assessments are due the 20th of May, and then I have 2 exams, one on the 30th and one on the 8th of June. And then they're 48-hour exams, and then I'll be done. And I'm so ready to graduate at this point. Like, I'm just itching to be finishing, but I've got like just over a month left and then done. I don't really know what next year holds. Obviously I'm getting married, God willing. I've got a place on a PGCE course, so I might do that, but I'm just not 100% sure yet. That's something I need to like work through over the summer, think about, chat to people about, because yeah, I think it's quite a big decision. But yeah, we will see. Ugh. But I don't really know what else I've got to update you on, to be honest. Life has been like wonderfully busy at the moment, mainly with uni work, but also celebrating engagement and christenings and all sorts. Like 2022 seems to be a bit more my year. I was thinking about it as I was falling asleep last night. 2019 was pretty awful because of family things. 2020 was awful for pretty much everybody, with lockdowns and all sorts. 2021 picked up at the end of the year, but as I mentioned earlier, at the start of the year there was a lot of sickness last year. Stephen, my fiance, I still won't get over saying that, was really ill, and I was looking after him for like 2.5 months in my family home whilst trying to do uni, so that was a test in itself. But I also think that's one of the reasons that we are now at this pace, that like we both know that neither of us are going anywhere. We know that like we're both willing to help each other out when people are sick and broken and not well, which I think was a good thing. So as much as that time of life was not fun, it definitely taught us a lot about each other, about God, about relationships. So yeah, I am not glad it happened. That's not what I mean, but I'm grateful for what God taught us through that. So yeah, and then the end of mid 2021, my gramps died whilst we were in the Isle of Man. There's a whole video on that as well. Well, not a whole video on that. There's the video of the day I found out, because I was weekly vlogging at the time. Will I go back to weekly vlogging? I highly doubt it. It was actually quite a strain because you never got any time off, whereas at the moment, like, I've come and give you an update and you don't really know what's going on in my life, which is kind of nice. It's quite nice to have a bit more of a private life, to be honest. Yeah, and then at the end of 2021 I moved into this house, and honestly it's been wonderful. I love this house that I'm currently in. I struggled a bit more last year with my house, which is why I was living at home for most of my second year. Yeah, this house has been wonderful for me. I also can't get this eyebrow to look good today, so it's just not going to. I think that's what I'm going to adopt. Right, there we go. Yeah, and then 2022 picked up, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah, there just seems to be like an air of positivity at the moment. There's been pregnancy announcements within our family, a couple of engagements, mine and Stephen's being one of them. Yeah, there just seems to be a bit more like a positive feel about life at the moment, which is lovely because it's been like 3 years of pretty hard years. So God is looking down on me with favour at the moment, which I'm very, very grateful for. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what life is holding at the moment. As I said, I'm trying to get ready for uni. I need to leave in like 15 minutes. And I'm just trying to figure out what to do. I don't usually put makeup on for uni. It's because we are going to a wedding venue viewing later. So I thought I'd make a good impression. We viewed 1, 2, 3 places so far. Some are within a decent amount of money, some are way too expensive, and others are like nothing. We met with the church that we'd like to get married in the other day, and they have said they're happy to marry us, which is exciting. Yeah, it seems strange that it's kind of all falling into place. I'm not going dress shopping until my dissertation is done, so that is like an extra little incentive for myself. I also need to still ask a couple of my bridesmaids. I've asked 3 so far. I think I'm gonna have 5, possibly 4, possibly 5. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I don't think I'll catch their reactions because then it's obvious. Also, completely forgot, I went to Malta on a geography field trip, so you will see the video of that sometime soon. I haven't edited it yet, I've been really busy since. So yeah, that will come at some point. It's a bit of a sporadic video because obviously being with like my course mates, I wasn't going to just stick a camera in their face for days on end. But it was a really, really good trip. Malta's a strange place. So it was a former British colony, and obviously we were there as like a geography field trip, so we didn't get the touristy, well, we got the touristy places, but to like research. We didn't just go and sit in an all-inclusive hotel for 5 days. We were like exploring nature reserves and aquariums and all sorts, because the single honours geographers had like a project to do on it. So I think we saw a different side of Malta than most tourists, I guess. But it might give you an insight if you're one of those people that goes on holiday and is itching to do something while you're there. Malta's a good place because there is so much, and it's all connected by bus routes that are like super reliable. Like they will show up on time literally 100% of the time, which is cool. It's very helpful when you're in a foreign country. A lot of the people speak English as well, which as an English speaking person who doesn't speak any other languages, which is to my own detriment, is helpful. But yeah, Malta it's quite a cheap place actually. Like for food, we'd go out for like a buffet Chinese meal and it cost like £8 so yeah, like the food was good. We stayed in a place called Budjaba, which is in St. Paul's Bay, if you know Malta at all. We stayed in a hotel called like Hotel Santiana or something like that. It was a lovely hotel, very easy connections to like Valletta and Medina and basically anywhere on the island because there was quite a big bus station terminal thing in Budjaba. So yeah, I'd recommend that little hotel. There was a spa and hot tub downstairs and then a pool on the roof as well. We didn't go on the roof because it was March and it was actually quite cold. So when the sun was out, Malta was lovely, but in the wind it was quite chilly. But that was because we were there at like the start of March, so it's not quite summer weather yet. But in the summer apparently Malta gets like high 30s, 40 degrees, which I think would be a bit hot. But it is essentially just a rock in the middle of, is it the Mediterranean? I don't think it is. Maybe it is, I can't remember. I should know that, I'm a geographer. But yeah, it is essentially just a bit of rock with loads of towns and all sorts on it, so it can get quite windy. But it's a lovely place, I'd definitely recommend. So if you see a Malta video and go, that'll be why. I was in Malta ages ago. But I filmed it, so I want to go up. But as I say, I just haven't had the time to be editing when I've got a dissertation to edit instead. But yeah, we've got a lot of exciting things coming up. We've got one of our friends' weddings next weekend. I'm hoping to get this up tomorrow, so that's what I'm talking about, it is in like current time. Next weekend we've got a friend's wedding that me and Stephen and a couple more of our friends are going to, which will be good. I think it's in like Lincoln, so it's a couple of hours drive. We've got a little Airbnb to stay in the night of, which will be good. Yeah, like life is pretty good right now. God is good all the time. Pretty good. I've had a lot of really encouraging conversations with people recently as well. Obviously they're more personal, so I'm not going to share all those like really encouraging conversations with the internet because they might not want that. but God is definitely at work. God is using me in different ways, which I'm loving. My prayer as I come onto uni, onto the campus, is like, use me today, bless my conversations, help my conversations be full of grace, which is, I think, a good prayer that we could all have more of. Yeah, just taking opportunities, being open to opportunities to share the gospel. I think because I know my time is finite at uni, I'm now just like, this is more important than being liked or whatever. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to leave you with actually. Let me just finish this and then I'll come back to you. And so that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed this little chatty life update. If you would like to see some more of the like actual engagement pictures, we've also recently done an engagement shoot with my sister, so go follow my Instagram, it's just Lara Hawkins 5 I think. Go check that out if you'd like to go and see some more. There's a picture of the ring a bit more closely on there if you'd like to go and see it. I think it's very pretty. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. There'll be a video going up the Malta trip. There's also a talk that I'm doing on Sunday that I'm gonna either film in the church or film afterwards to get up for you. It's all about the God of the impossible, so I'd love you to watch that if you could. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. God bless. And I will see you soon.